Hey folks, welcome back. I know that last week I said it was going to be the last conversation we had around this conversation of high performance. However, there is one more to have, and it's an important one. Maybe much more important or just as important as the high performance habits themselves. Now look, if these high performance habits are being practiced intentionally, what you're going to start to notice for yourself and what you're out to create is that you're going to start to make a difference in your life. You're going to start to get better. Your projects are going to start to move along. The people in your life are going to start to get more connected to you. Or said more accurately, you are going to start to be more connected with the people in your life. You're going to have a level of creation with the people in your life that is extraordinary, not unique. So if you're practicing these high performance habits, get ready for the secondhand consequence. And this is what we want to talk about today, the traps of high performance. Because just like Newton's laws, I think it's a third one, with every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So what could possibly be the opposite reaction of high performance? We start to look at these three traps. For one, the first trap of high performance, superiority. Second one, dissatisfaction. And third, neglect. Today we're talking about superiority, this sense of you or somebody else, because of their level of achievement, feeling superior to the people around them. Now, let's pump the brakes, because let's see if you're already having some of these seeds of superiority within you. And look, we all have seeds of character traits, all character traits. We're not like, we can choose which ones to water, but we all have all character traits within us, superiority being one of them. And if we're practicing these high performance habits on a consistent basis with intention, guess what? It may be very easy for these things to get to your head, for your success and your accomplishment to get to your head. So be aware, because once that ego starts to inflate, we start to dive into now a conversation that is not high performance. Because high performance, in the way that we're describing it here, is full engagement and connection with the people in your life. Being connected with your ego and living from your ego creates a disconnection from the people around you. So let me ask you this, how do you relate to these statements? Honey, if we just did things my way, things would be so much easier. They would be so much better. How about this? You know, I don't really need anybody to look over my presentation. It's good enough. Or, what do you even gotta say? You just started doing this. You have no room for opinions. You have no experience. Leave it to the pros. Or how about this? If people just did things my way, we wouldn't be having any issues. Just listen to me and do it my way. Now look, if you start to see yourself in any of these statements, if you start to maybe relate to any of these, you, my friend, may be watering that seed of superiority. So let's look at how we can be aware of and witness superiority when it comes up, so that you don't have to worry and bear with that fruit of resentment that usually comes from someone being superior, quote unquote, than everybody else around them. We can look at superiority, and we can see when that root is being watered when two things come up. For one, with superiority, one of the things that we start to see is separateness, right? The sense of separation. Now, this is very paradoxical because listen, follow me. When we're talking about high performance and doing these things intentionally, we are setting ourselves apart. By our actions, we are breaking past the crowd. We are moving ahead faster. We are connecting with people in a different way. We are creating more with more efficiency and more consistency. We are setting ourselves apart. However, what we want to get present to is this separation is different from isolation. When we're separating ourselves by the things that we're accomplishing while we are still contributing to others, this is the kind of separation that we're striving for. However, when we start to set ourselves apart, creating separation with people in our lives, and there is now almost a boasting, there's almost like a look where I'm at, where are you all at? Meaning that you're looking at as if you were at the top and everybody else is below you. When you're creating these two different levels of separation, can you see how one doesn't work? Do you work with somebody? Or maybe there's somebody in your home. Or maybe there's somebody that you know, maybe a friend, who believes themselves to be superior than you. Or maybe not even you, but the people around them. Can you imagine what it's gotta be like to live with someone like that? And the thing is, they don't even know it. because they've gotten so good at what they're doing that in their mind, yeah, they separated themselves. They broke past, quote unquote, the herd, as some people like to say. We don't want to dive into that level of separation, that level of isolation. We want to remain creating that long-term success, reaching new heightened levels of growth and accomplishment while still remaining humble enough to be connected with the people in our lives. And if you can start to look anywhere in your life right now, if you catch yourself separating yourself from people around you, you may be watering this seed of superiority. Now, here's another branch of this tree of superiority. We have separateness. The next, a little bit of a paradox as well, and very tied with separation, is certainty. Now, certainty, this is one where we got to be very aware of, because it's very easy to be certain about something, and at the same time, it's also very easy to be confident about it. So how do we know when we're diving from confidence into certainty, and a level of certainty which doesn't work in life? Now, having certainty as to what you're doing, that, in my opinion, is a very workable thing. There's a sense of confidence that comes with that, a level of trust within yourself because you're certain about what you're doing. However, if you are absolutely certain about something without leaving any sort of room for the possibility, you're now being blinded to the possible perspectives that exists, the new opportunities that are just beyond your reach. If your level of certainty is like this, what you may be looking for may be right over here. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not talking here about don't be certain about what you're doing. I'm talking about having the level of certainty while maintaining the level of humility to know that ultimately we don't know what we don't know. How could you know? Do you know what you don't know? Think about that really quick. What is something that you're thinking of in your life that you don't know? For you rational people out there, I'll let you sleep on that one. So if you're looking at your life and you're seeing that, holy cow, I'm creating separation with the people in my life, and at the same time, I'm also having 100% certainty without keeping an open mind as to what it is beyond what I can see, you can now start to see that you may be creating a level of superiority in your life. And this tree may be growing in your life. And we don't want that tree to grow because that tree of superiority creates distractions, it creates separation, right? Part of reaching high performance and part of achieving over the long term is having the support of others. Can you see how growing this tree of separation combined with certainty leading to the tree of superiority, can you see how that can get in the way? So we want to start to look, where in your life are you feeling superior to others? And where in your life are you not open to the ideas of others? Where is it only your way and your way only? Because if that's the case, my friend, be aware you are falling into one of the traps. And these traps are the things we want to get away from so that we don't now hit rock bottom. Because it was hard to get to the top, quote unquote top. It was hard to get there. Now, if we're gonna fall back to the ground, that hill is gonna look way steeper than it is. And you may not even try one more time. So let's prevent from having to fall all the way to the bottom. So we have to look back up and possibly not try moving forward. Now, this is just one of the traps of high performance, superiority. Imagine how dissatisfaction, neglect can come into the picture and also knock you off the track of sustained and heightened levels of success while still connecting with the people around you and being engaged with who you are and what you love. So thank you for watching. Share this with someone in your life. If you are thinking, little Jimmy has some of this superiority. Maybe he can watch this and get something out of it. Right now, if you're gonna share this with somebody, don't tell them, hey, look, this is what you have wrong in your life. You need to fix this. No, folks, look, there's nothing to fix. There's just things that have gotten in the way. And it's this level of self-awareness that opens up those things that are in the way so that those things that we didn't know were there, we can now take a look at and we have a choice moving forward. That's all this is. That's all self-reflection. That's all personal growth is all about. Seeing the things that are in the way, getting them out of the way. Now, if you want to continue diving into these straps of high performance, as well as continuous conversation about how to continually expand and grow your life, jump over to the high performance method. Down below, you'll see a link. It's a little tab. Click on that. If you click on that, you're going to be redirected to a place where you can put in your email, and that's going to subscribe you to the high performance method email list. I'll still be with you on a weekly basis, or maybe bi-weekly. We're going to see. Lauren and I are doing some pretty big things, so we're excited to bring them to you. But I'll be back. However, if you want to have this consistent communication going forward, jump to the high performance method, put your name in there, and those emails go out every Thursday. We'll continue to dive deep about these habits. And look, what we went over the past month and a half is just scratching the surface. We were just talking about the basics. Imagine what is below the surface. It's almost like the iceberg. What we can see is just a fraction of what's actually there. So thank you for being here. Don't fall into the trap. Be aware, is the tree of superiority being watered in your life? Are you separating yourself? And are you now closed off to the possibilities around you because of the level of certainty with which you live your life? If that's the case, my friend, be aware, those fruits will come. And those fruits of resentment, which usually come from superiority, are not the sweetest to eat.